sleepyhead?
Do you have any idea how early it is?
Yes, it is 8 a.m., right on the nose.
Yeah. I missed your wake-up call this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had so much work to do. Didn't you get my note?
Yes. But I would have rather have gotten you.
Dennis, listen. I have so much work to do. Can you let me do it? Can you help me with that?
Yes, Mary Frances. What can I do for you?
I wanted to talk to Christy. Is she there?
Christy? I'm sorry. She's just left for the hospital.
The hospital. Douglas, are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. Christy's just off on a routine errand. She's picking up another supply of medication for me.
Well, when she gets back, will you tell her I called?
Of course.
Thanks. You take care, Douglas.
No, Christy?
She doesn't want to talk to me.
Douglas told you that?
No, he said she went to the hospital.
And you didn't believe him?
No, I don't. Well, I better get off to the hospital.
Christine,
Yes, Douglas.
why did you have me lie to Mary Frances?
Yeah, Dina.
Lorna,
Hello, Rachel.
I'm trying to get in touch with your mother. Have you talked to her yet this morning?
Well, Mother doesn't get up until about 12 noon, considering you unemployed her. Why don't you try back in around 4 hours?
Lorna, this is important. I've been trying to get her for over an hour, and the line is busy. I called the phone company, and they tried the line, and they say the phone is off the hook. Now, in light of recent events, this makes me concerned.
All right. We'll see what I can do. Nasty woman.
Is that the phone?
Wait, don't tell me you spent the night here last night.
All right, I won't tell you that.
What are you doing here? Oh, coward.
Excuse me?
Coward. That's my word for a guy who's afraid to face the fact that he's gotten his girlfriend pregnant.
Mom, are you home? Mommy? Mommy?
Mommy, it's Jenna. You fell asleep on the couch. Get up.
Mommy? Mommy? Mom? Mom, it's Jenna. Can you hear me? Wake up, Mom. Mom, come on. Mom!
You are my way, another world. You are the one who lets me fly so high. You are the rain when my spirits run dry. You give my life. Oh, that's you. 'Cause when I'm with you, you take me away to another world.
Christy, come sit with me. Now tell me, why are you avoiding Mary Frances?
I'm not avoiding anybody. I have an appointment at the hospital, and I didn't want to be late.
Christina.
Well,
The truth.
Okay, I think I might have had a little blow-up at the restaurant last night.
Didn't Mary Frances like your ideas about the wedding?
No, Douglas, Mary Frances was wonderful. She loved everything I had to say.
Cass, then?
She was an angel. No, it was Felicia. She came with her own plans, and she contradicted everything I said, and well, she caught me at the wrong time, and briefly, I lost it.
Christy, you've been trying so hard to make a perfect wedding for Mary Frances.
Well,
Maybe that's the problem.
Mary Frances deserves a perfect wedding. Everything just the way it should be.
The wedding you wanted. I'd have done anything to have given you the wedding of your dreams. You know that. Have you told Mary Frances about our wedding?
Oh, I don't see any reason to do that.
But you've seen reason to lie to her about it. Mary Frances is your friend. She can be trusted with the truth.
She seems to be your friend now just as much as she is mine.
I have no plans to steal her away from you.
Did you enjoy your private talk yesterday?
Very much.
What did you two chat about?
I asked her to continue to be a wonderful friend to you when I'm gone.
That won't be for so long, Douglas.
All I know is that when the time comes, Mary Frances will be there, and you'll need her.
And what did she say when you asked her to stand by me?
She said, it's a given. She loves you, Christy, very much. And she'll be there for both of us.
Douglas, are you sure that's all you two talked about? The future?
Yes, my love. That's all.
Christy is avoiding me, Cass.
She's probably terribly embarrassed about what happened at Tops. Give her time.
If she has a problem, I want to help her.
You can't help her if she doesn't want you to. You remember how long it took her to tell you about Douglas's illness?
This is still about Douglas's illness. Planning our wedding makes her think about hers, and that makes her think about when Douglas was well, and I think that's too much for her.
Have you noticed that the more involved you and I get in Douglas's and Christie's lives, the more agitated she seems to become?
You think there's a connection?
One thing does come to mind, your friendship with Douglas.
You think Christy is jealous of me and Douglas?
She was very upset when Douglas asked to talk to you alone last night, even more so than she let on.
Well, I told him to include her.
I assume that he wanted to talk to you again about seeing that his final wishes were carried out. I tried to explain to her why he was turning to you, but I'm not sure she heard me.
He feels very strongly about this, Cass, and I have to make sure his wishes are met. I promised him.
Where are you going?
Straighten things out with Christy. I can't keep making secret arrangements with Douglas. I'll do what he wants as a friend, but Christy has every right to be involved.
Well, what if she really isn't there?
Well, then I'll talk to Douglas and he'll talk to Christy.
Wait a second. I'll tell you what. I don't have my first appointment until this afternoon, so why don't I swing by the hospital, and if Christy is there, I'll tell her that you really need to talk to her.
Oh, thanks, babe. That'd be great.
Hey, hold it, hold it. First this. Second. This. I almost forgot.
In 26 days, we'll declare to the world what's in our hearts. Our love, our commitment, and the harmony of our souls.
All right.
I got something for you, too.
Oh, a card?
Well, less tangible. I got, dancing lessons.
But Frankie, we already know how to dance.
Yeah, but not the traditional ones, Cass. Not the foxtrot and the mambo and the tango and the one-step and the two-step and the...
Okay. It's a deal. But just as long as I still know my left foot from my right after it's over.
You'd like this idea.
Christie's idea about a traditional wedding has really gotten to you, hasn't it?
I guess it's tapped into some little girl's fantasy that I had buried away somewhere, yeah. Cass, do you think Felicia will be upset if we don't go along with her idea?
I think she'll be disappointed, but I think she can handle it.
Hope so.
How did Felicia seem to you when we saw her last night?
Oh, she was a little bit too on for me, but I think she's getting better. What about you?
I think she's working really hard to overcome this whole ordeal.
Mom, come on, wake up. Mom, are you okay? What's wrong?
What is it?
Oh, God. What? If you're not feeling well, I can get you something.
No, I'm fine, sweetheart.
Yeah?
I think it's just, the jet lag, you know, from my trip to London.
Oh, okay, because I called you all morning. The phone was busy.
Probably because the phone was off the hook.
Lorna, hi.
Sweetheart, I think you could get me some coffee?
Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Some black hot coffee, a little sugar.
Okay, I'll be right back. You want anything?
No, thanks. Grand excuse. Jet lagged. What are you talking about? I think you're drinking again. And contrary to what you might think, it is a problem.
Can I help you with your calculations?
Nope.
Oh, I think you missed one right here.
What do you mean? Where?
1 + 1.
Dennis.
Are you mad at me or something?
No, no.
Then what's going on here? I mean, you like our adventures in the gallery, right? So do I.
Do you think that sex is the only part of our relationship?
What?
You heard me.
Where'd you get a crazy idea like that?
Well, from Vicky, and it's not that crazy.
Vicky thinks that I want you only for sex?
Vicky told me that she and Grant aren't going to sleep together until they get married.
Oh, I bet you that's not Grant's idea.
Well, it doesn't matter whose idea it is. Maybe it's not such a bad one.
Wait a minute, excuse me, am I hearing things? Did you just say that you think that not having sex is a good idea? Oh, Marley, is this a test?
Dennis, this is your life.
My life includes sex.
Well, maybe you should appreciate what you have in your life a little bit more.
What? By not having it?
Maybe.
For how long? Marley,
Abstinence makes the heart grow fonder?
that is not how the saying goes.
Difference, kind of.
All right, Marley, all right. Did I do something really stupid here? Did I forget an anniversary? Or did I leave a wet towel on the bed? What's going on here?
I just think we need a little less lust and a little more like.
We like each other plenty. That's why the lust is so good. And where's your sister, Vicky?
Why?
Because I want to chew her out. That's why.
Dennis.
Because this is crazy. Everything was going fine. All of a sudden, we got this hands-off policy. What does that prove?
It proves that we'll still have something after the lust is gone.
That can't happen.
Dennis, would you at least just think about it, please? If you really love me, you will.
As soon as I get a cup of hot coffee, I'll be fine. I mean, you remember what jet lag is like.
I also know what passed out Dan Druk is, too.
Watch it, Lorna.
What if you had hit your head on the way down? What if nobody had found you? Don't you remember what happened last time, Felicia? You almost killed yourself in a fire.
I am not an alcoholic.
You drink when you're alone. You drink because you're upset, because you're stressed out, because people like Rachel Coy are making your life more miserable than it already is. You make promises that you're not going to drink again, and then you break them. Ask any AA member. They've heard this song and dance before.
Okay, you're right. Luke was dead. My book was overdue. And the ratings for my television show went into the toilet. So I had a few. And you know what? For a while, it did help me. I mean, you can't blame me for that, can you?
I'm not blaming you. I want to help.
Well, you got a lousy approach, kid.
Felicia, why are you lying to the people who love you?
It didn't happen to you, Lorna. Your husband wasn't murdered. And everything that you worked your whole life for is suddenly being taken away. Now, when that does happen to your life, then you can judge mine.
I'm not judging you. I just want to help you.
You keep hassling me this way. You're going to be my problem, and my next drink is going to have your name on it.
1 cup of coffee coming right up.
Thank you, honey.
Sure.
Raquel, thank you. Is everything okay in here? Fine, fine. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get dressed. You already are dressed, remember? I'll be right back.
What is going on with your mom? Nothing. Talk to me, Lorna.
I think we have other things to talk about, don't
Like
you?
what?
Like a little bun in your oven.
How do you know?
Dean told me.
I can't believe you did that.
Oh, come on. He didn't want to tell me. I kind of asked him. I knew he was upset.
Yeah,
so-
well, he had absolutely no reason to say anything to you before he spoke to me about it, okay?
And if he had, would you have told him the truth?
What are you talking about?
That you're not really pregnant.
Mary Frances.
Hello. I hope this isn't a bad time.
Not at all. Come in. You're looking well.
Oh, thank you. I brought you a refill on your herbal tea.
One of your special brews.
Yes.
Stay and have a cup with me?
If Christy will join us.
I'm sorry, but she's still at the hospital.
Douglas, I'm very worried about her.
So am I.
She was so angry with me when I told Darryl that your health and treatment were your business. And then later at Tops,
She told
Douglas,
me.
one minute we were making wedding plans, and then the next, it's as if Felicia personally attacked her.
So she said.
Now, I know Felicia can be a little bit over the top, but Christy really overreacted.
She was very embarrassed about her outburst.
So she is avoiding me.
Christy can be very passionate where weddings are concerned, Mary Frances.
It is my wedding, isn't it? She wants my wedding to be exactly like hers, and then she remembers all those memories come up for her.
And how things have changed.
I was thinking of asking her to become less involved in the wedding to relieve some of the pressure, but I won't do that if you think it would only upset her more.
I don't think you need to be overly concerned about Christy, Mary Frances. She told me this morning she wants to put last night behind her. I only hope that she can.
In my opinion, I think it's best for everyone concerned if Douglas comes in for more tests, Miss Carson.
What kind of tests?
Well, the ones I'm talking about will show us just how far advanced the cardiomyopathy is.
Doctor, I want Douglas to live for as long and as comfortably as possible. Will these tests help do that?
What these tests will do is help us choose the right medication. If we can do that, we can alleviate the symptoms and definitely make him more comfortable.
Well, if it were up to me, he'd be here, but he's adamant about not coming. And when he gets like that, you can't change his mind.
My advice is to change Frankie Frame's mind.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry. Look, Miss Carson, I know Frankie's your friend, but she's not a physician. And it seems to me she has a lot of influence over your husband's thinking when it comes to his treatment.
She's doing what Douglas asked her to do.
Maybe, but it's possible that neither one of them is thinking too clearly here.
What do you mean?
Well, Frankie's into this new age spiritual healing kind of thing. It's completely unproven. And I think your husband's leaning toward foregoing the real help this hospital can provide for him. That worries me, Miss Carson.
Douglas knows there's no remedy, that there's no real help. There's no cure.
She's going into shock. Come on, bring her down. Come on, stand, get up. Come on, bring her down, that's it, yeah.
Miss Carson, are you all right?
No.
You think I'm lying about this pregnancy? I'm wondering, Jenna.
Really? You ever heard of accidents, Laura? You know, you were one.
You ever heard of manipulation, Jenna? Maybe trying to get back at Dean for hiring me as his manager?
So what, you think that I would trick him into firing you? Is that what you're saying?
To derail his career?
Oh,
Yes.
that's ridiculous,
Agreed.
Lorna.
But I wouldn't put it past you.
Look, I would never do anything to hurt Dean's career, okay? But of course, I'm not surprised that you would think that I would, since that's how you operate, isn't it? Never would I use a pregnancy scare to get anything I wanted from Dean.
How do you know?
I took a home pregnancy test.
Well, I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to talk to you about
Well, I don't really want to talk to you either, but I do think that you should talk to Dean.
it. You didn't come home last night.
Because he spent the night at D&M. I saw him this morning, and he's going on his way to meet you. Lorna? Rachel.
Hello, Jenna.
I'm just on my way out. I hope
Oh,
you're
honey, I just wanted to tell you what a terrific job you're doing on the show, especially that episode on the teen pregnancy. Everybody's been talking about it.
Really?
Uh-huh. Everyone said you did a terrific job. Certainly takes a very mature young lady to handle that sensitive topic, so keep up the good work.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Okay.
Okay, tell Mama I said goodbye.
Sure, thank you.
Be nice to her.
Is she all right?
She's fine.
Is she here? Rachel, what are you doing here? Well, you expected me, didn't you? No. Should I have? Felicia, you called me last night. Remember?
Marley, you're not really serious about this no sex thing, are you? Come on now, joke's over.
Dennis, it's not that I'm trying to hold out on you.
Oh, no?
No. I just want to understand the other parts of our relationship.
Marley, we love each other. We want each other. What more can two people ask from each other?
There are a lot of things we don't know about each other.
Like what? All right, my favorite color is blue. My favorite food is caviar. My ultimate dream is to own a football team someday, and the woman that I love is standing right here in front of me. So there.
There are other things I'd like to know about you.
Really? Like what?
Sit down. Like the things that touch you so deeply you can't even find the words for them, or feelings that you have that you can't even describe. I mean, those are the things I want to know about.
Marley, that could take a lifetime.
That's exactly why we have to get started right now.
Oh, yeah? What about the dentist that wants to make love to you every second of the day?
He's just going to have to wait his turn.
You have any idea what that does to me?
Believe me, it's going to be just as hard for me as it is for you.
Oh, I am hearing things.
Dennis, we have to do this. As of right now, I'm declaring a moratorium on sex.
Maybe you'd like to lie down or something.
No, I'm fine.
Did I say something to upset you? I'm sorry. Sometimes my bedside manner is just a bit rough around the edges.
No, it's not you. The idea of someone you love winding up in a place like this and maybe never leaving.
Believe me, I understand.
Doctor, do you know how long my husband has?
Not without more tests, Miss Gleason. I'm afraid I have to go.
I'll talk to Douglas.
Okay, I'd like to know what he has to say, and don't forget his medication.
And some for me? Yeah, we may call it Herbal Grace this Sundays. And you may... What? You may wear your room with a difference. Yes. And there's a daisy. And there's a daisy. And I would give you violets with it all. With it all. With it all. With it all. My Valentine's. Say made a good end. Say made a good end. Say made a good end.
Christy?
Oh. Cass. What are you doing here?
I was calling you over and over and over again. Where were you?
Oh, no.
Hey.
Honey, we talked for quite a long time on the phone last night.
Well, you know, ever since I got back from my trip to London, I really haven't been myself. I was just telling Lorna this morning that I think I still have jet lag.
Yeah, it really knocked her out last night.
Please, sit down, Rachel. Jenna has made a fresh cup of coffee. Can I make you
No,
some?
no, thank you.
Where is Jenna? She had to leave. Well, you see? Seems to be like Grand Central Station around here today. Have you had a chance to read my novel?
I got halfway through it.
Any early reviews?
Oh, let me read the whole thing. Give me a better sense of the whole story.
Well, you're absolutely right. Premature judgment is really death for an author. Well, I'm still on the robe, huh? Lorna, why don't you keep Rachel company? It'll only take me a few minutes.
Okay. Take your coat. All right. I'm worried about her.
Really? Why?
I mean, we talked for a long time on the phone last night. She called me. She had nothing really to say. She asked me about the book. And now she's forgetting and she's hyper. Is she drinking?
I think she is. I hope you also know that it's your fault.
Hi. I'm really sorry that I just took off like that last night. I'm really sorry.
Why did you do that?
I didn't know what else to do.
Staying around and talking about it would have helped.
This is happening, huh? This is really happening. You're...
Yes. I'm really pregnant.
It's a lot to think about, and I know that.
What were you thinking about when you told Lorna that I was pregnant?
I'm really sorry. That was dumb.
I mean, you know how hard it was for me to tell you about it. Don't you think that she would be at the bottom
Yeah,
of your list?
I needed someone to talk to. It just came out.
Last thing I needed today was for her to ask me a bunch of questions before I'd even had a chance to
Jen,
talk
you've
to you
had
about
a lot of time to think about this. I've had zero,
Dean,
okay?
but I explained to you why I didn't tell you
Do
earlier.
you think that would make it okay for me? You think it makes it easy? Honey, I was coming home to a quiet little dinner. I didn't expect my whole world to fall apart, and you just want me to instantly be supportive and understanding? I'm sorry, all right?
Is that how you felt? Like your whole world was falling apart?
No, I just wish that I didn't have to hear that news from your ex-boyfriend, okay?
That was an accident. Matt was just trying to help me.
Okay, but everything just came down on my head all at once, and I just needed a little time to put things in
Why is
perspective.
this so hard? All of it.
It doesn't have to be, if you just let me help you. All right? Jen, you shouldn't shut me out.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Thank you for the tea, Mary Frances.
My pleasure, Douglas. Oh, I've been meaning to tell you. I signed up for an ethics course this semester.
Man's treatment on man, one of my favorite subjects. Also one of the most enigmatic.
I may borrow a book or two from your library.
I have many brilliant discourses on the subject. The ancient philosophers, the Talmud, also many modern scholars as well.
It's a shame that the people who need to understand ethics don't seem to pay any attention at all to it. What?
You and I are so much alike, Mary Frances. I'm sure it's one of the reasons Christy is so drawn to both of us.
I always tell Cass that you and Christy complement each other very well.
There are those who wonder what such a vibrant woman sees in someone like me.
Are you kidding? You're compassionate, brilliant, and very strong.
Thank you for the compliment, but ultimately, I think the reason is that I offer Christy a certain stability.
I think that's part of it.
One of the reasons, one of the things I love about Christy is her, how shall I put it, the tendency for her feet not to touch the ground, you know?
Yes. Did you know that for my 14th birthday, she gave me an earthenware jar, and she told me to put my dreams inside, and if I kept the lid screwed on very tightly,
Your dreams would stay in there forever.
It's an outlook on life that can be very endearing, but not always practical.
And does that concern you?
Christy will always need to rely on someone with a great deal of strength and substance. I hope after I'm gone that you'll encourage her to find a man who can give her that.
I'm sure Christy won't be able to even think about another man for a very long time.
We both know how this place already confines her. Life will call to her, and she'll reach out for it.
And you're concerned about who she'll find.
I won't be concerned if you're there to guide her. I only hope she listens to you.
For you, steaming hot, extra mustard.
Oh, huh? Thank you.
You're welcome.
How did you know? Oh, never mind. I guess you lived with Mary Frances too long to have to answer that question.
You feeling better?
Well, yeah, much. Now that we're out of the hospital, anyway.
Lucky you were there.
How's that?
No, for a minute I thought I was going to have to admit you.
It was probably lack of food. Oh!
I'll get you another one.
Okay.
I think we both know better than that, though.
I don't get you.
What happened?
You know, I was just... Dr. Beckett was talking to me about Douglas' prognosis.
Bad news?
Nothing that I don't already know. It's just sometimes it hits me more than others.
I wish there was something I could say to you that would make things better for you.
You know, I mean, isn't it something? Every time I get into a jam, almost, it seems like you're right there to rescue me.
I'm just lucky, I guess.
Well, then I am, too. To have friends like you and Mary Frances.
I hope you don't mind, but I told Frankie that I saw you at the casino.
Oh,
But she doesn't know about the brooch.
no, Douglas can never find out that I almost gambled away his grandmother's brooch. He'd be so angry with
Oh, she'd never say that. She'd never say anything about it to him, even if she did know.
He can rely on me, Cass. He really can.
Of course he can.
My mother spent last night passed out on that couch.
And by some stretch of your vivid imagination, that's my fault.
You bet.
Would you care to explain why?
I told you something bad would happen to her if you didn't give her back her show.
Or something worse could happen if I did. Did you ever think of that?
Yes, your ratings would have dropped. Pity.
There's no point in discussing this any longer with you,
Felicia
Lorna.
knows that she's not going to get her show back, and she also knows that every time you say that you're her friend, you're lying to her face.
Lorna, every decision I've made lately, every single one of them, I have thought first of whether or not it was going to be good for Felicia.
Well, why didn't you just handle the bottle yourself?
Lorna, I've tried really hard to be nice to you. When you almost trashed D&M, when you took advantage of my son, I did that because of your mother.
Well, if that doesn't make you a saint, nothing does.
Well, you said it. I didn't have to.
Why are you here? Why? For what reason are you here?
Because your mother invited me, whether she remembers it or not. And I would like to stay here and make sure she's all right.
She has her family to do that.
Well, you're certainly doing a good job.
Let me tell you something, Rachel. I don't believe that you're here out of overly concern. That's just a crock. You were here to protect your business investment, your TV star, and your author. The thing is, Felicia is neither of those any longer, so I really cannot imagine what the hell you're still doing here.
Lorna, you're so busy blaming me for everything that you're pushing away the one person who could help your mother. And there's only one person who would be hurt by that, and that would be your mother. So I would think long and hard before I took on that responsibility if I were you.
The last thing Felicia needs right now is a friend who's going to backstab her. So why don't you run along now? I'm sure you have a business or two or a life to interfere in.
Lorna, you have no right to talk to Rachel
It's
that
all
way.
right.
I'm
I'm
so
just
sorry.
leaving.
Please
It's all right.
forgive me. I would have never left Lauren here with you alone if I knew she was going to be so rude.
It's okay. How about lunch tomorrow?
Lunch. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll call you and set it up.
What's the matter with you?
This.
this out together, okay? All right. So at the clinic, tell me what happened. Did they confirm that you're pregnant?
Not yet.
Well, why not? Were they all booked up or
No, I
something?
just thought I'd wait and we could go together.
Oh.
Is that all right?
Yeah. I like that.
Good.
Thank you. And then I guess we'll just take it as it goes, you know, see what happens. Right?
You know, I used to wonder about what kind of mother I would be someday.
What'd you come up with?
I don't know, the obvious. Older, settled,
Married?
married. I mean, the only way my mother knew how to take care of me was by paying other people to do it.
Yeah, at the convent?
Yeah. I mean, I never doubted that she loved me, and the nuns were certainly wonderful. It's just that there were so many times that I needed her, and she wasn't there for me.
I feel my daddy, well, he wasn't what you'd call a very good role model or anything, you know.
I just really want to be more to my children than my mother was.
Jenna, you're not in this alone. Please remember that.
I let everybody down, didn't I?
What are you talking about? You didn't let anybody down. There's so much to deal with now. You can't start getting depressed.
But Dean,
okay?
I don't think that having a baby is something that you need to deal with. I want to be happy about this.
Me too. Me too.
For you.
Does that mean you'll do it?
That means that I won't do it.
Right, right.
Right, if that's what you want.
Well, yes, it is.
Are you sure this isn't something to try and prove to Vicky how much willpower you have?
It's absolutely the furthest thing from my mind.
You know it's going to be on my mind.
Well, let's just think of it as an experiment and learning more about each other, you know, about our feelings and our thoughts, everything.
Oh, I see. And if we succeed?
Then it'll just prove we have more than just great sex.
Uh-huh. I guarantee we do.
Right. Well, this'll just prove it.
Just one more thing.
What?
How long is this war on sex gonna last?
Oh, a week?
A week.
What's the matter? You're not up to it?
How about one for the road?
Dennis, you just hit a dead end.
I had a couple of drinks last night, okay.
And the rest of the bottle?
Friends.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. That's almost about as good an excuse as your jet lag story.
My agent, Barry Rader, and an associate of his came over here last night, and they finished this bottle.
Good. Can I have their phone numbers, please?
You want to verify that?
Yes.
No, Lorna. I'm through defending myself to you.
Then I guess I'm going to go to work.
I think that's a great idea.
I'll call you a little later. Oh, and Felicia, if you're not going to talk to me about your drinking problem, I suggest you find somebody you can talk to.
Franco. Hi, Felicia. Well, you haven't believe what I did. I've got some guests coming for lunch, and I forgot to buy the wine. Yeah, the Cabernet would be great. A few bottles. Okay, thanks, honey.
Excuse me. You never bothered opening your present that I got you? I got you this? Thought I did something wrong. I thought I missed an anniversary or something. Turns out we do have something huge to celebrate, though, huh?
Wow, Dean, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Who else for your dressing room door? I'll put your name right on it.
I love it.
Good.
I'll keep it forever.
Good.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You know something? Having this baby right now could really get in the way of your career.
No, you don't know that.
Dean, but we need to talk about it because we've got to decide what we're going to do.
Listen, all I know is that this is happening because of all the love that we have between each other, okay? And as long as that doesn't stop, everything will be all right. It will. Okay?
You know, a lot of people don't understand why I'm with them.
They just don't know you very well, do they?
No. He's done so much for me, Cass. I depend on him so much. He's going to be so worried about me now.
Well, can I give you a ride?
No, I have my car right there. I'm just going to go and, get back.
Afternoons with Channel 4 sizzle with Days of Our Lives back in the afternoon at 2. Then it's Pat and Vanna spinning the Wheel of Fortune at 3, followed by Jeopardy at 3:30. At 4, it's everyone's favorite talk show host, Oprah. And at 5 o'clock with Dan Miller. Watch weekday afternoons on Channel 4.